What's happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. It's the 3rd of September today. My guest today is my legal wife.
Hello.
Maury.
Yeah, that one.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm good, okay.
Just been waiting here for an hour for you. That's fine.
That's untrue, but okay.
That's fine. A full metric hour I've been waiting. And I can't be angry anymore because I did one angry podcast and everyone was like, "Are you okay, bro?"
Yeah.
How did you react to that when it was you that made me take it down first of all, didn't you?
I did not make you take it down.
Well, you were like, you were very angry and...
I just said you're in some form in that podcast.
Yeah.
That was my exact words.
So loud. And do you know what? The mixed review was either... So people were like, "Oh, bro, salty doesn't look good on you." Now, not taking into consideration why I might have been angry.
Oh.
You know? Am I not allowed to be angry?
You are allowed to be
That
angry?
seems to be the thing. If you're a dude, people are like, "Oh, that's toxic masculinity. You're not allowed to be angry." Even if it's absolutely piss-boilingly annoying.
Yeah, but do you have to record it? That's what I think the thing is.
What my next sentence was going to be was the amount of people that were like, "That was so funny how angry you were."
I know.
And I would have to agree. If I was listening to something and someone was genuinely furious, I'd be laughing my head off.
Well, is it still there now?
Yeah, I put it back up.
Did you?
Yeah. I went, "Fuck school." I put it back up.
I think if anyone actually knows you, you know that if you're being angry, you know, you're only like saying things just for the crack a lot of the time.
Yeah, sometimes I'll...
It's not really like... I can't even remember anything. You didn't really say anything.
Do you know what it's like?
It's
almost like a little... It's almost like, you know, rather than me build it up and be angry for ages, I just like to say the most...
Oh, you're very vocal if you're annoyed.
The most annoying thing that I... You know, like, I'll go completely over the top with it. I'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to fucking slit everyone's throat." Yeah. And then it's away. You know what I mean?
Well,
the anger's away.
watching you editing last night, that was very apparent.
But
because Colin will spend more time making up full descriptions of how annoyed he is because one thing didn't click properly. And he'd be like, "Oh my God, that's it. I am literally going to smash this through there." And like, it will go on for 3 sentences.
But you know what?
One thing,
you know what
and this happens for 45 minutes.
I know, but it was just, you know what it was? It was because we were editing an ad for the live podcast, which I know will do no good. You know, I know those tickets will be sold off the back of that. But it took so long, and we're trying to find shots. And then you're doing a thing which is what a non-editor person would do. Would be like, "Could you not put in a shot?"
I know.
And then you're like,
that.
"What do you mean, could I not put in a shot?"
I know.
If it wasn't shot, it's not there. Do you know what I mean? So I was furious. But we'll see if we've sold 100 tickets overnight. Be loving that.
My point is that you're just very vocal about how annoyed you are.
But it's fine. But do you know what? Water off a duck's back.
Well, you do tend to let go of it then, which is good, but...
I tend to what?
Like, that'll be it.
Oh, yeah.
If you're annoyed about something...
Totally.
You'll say you're really annoyed and use many descriptive words about what you'd like to happen.
100%, but it burns, the fuel burns quickly.
Yeah. But
you know
for regular people like me, you're going, that's no need.
You got a good charcoal fire.
Oh, yeah.
Burns,
I'll hold that
takes
forever.
all day to get started, and then it smoulders for weeks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mine's more just like a tin of Lynx and a lighter. Just done. You know? And yours all fucking...
Yeah, but then I'm the kind of person who gets...
CO2 poison you over the
I get annoyed when other people get like road rage because I just think that's so pointless, shouting so much at cars. Where you need to do that just to get rid of how annoyed that was. Like
the woman the other day when she just wouldn't move out of the way.
Yeah, the amount of shouting was just...
I know, but like, you know, have some fun. Anyway, welcome to the General Banter Podcast. Here's a short intro.
The General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Isn't that crazy?
It's weird. I barely even got to take a drink there.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I like it.
I mean, what has happened in the last few weeks is it's so short. I've played it like 2-3 times.
So kind of
like
defeating the point.
With Colin Geddis.
Maybe you should just play that.
Oh yeah!
What if you just do it throughout, like with Sting? Oh, what? Oh.
Huh? Yeah, I might just keep. I spot everywhere there. I might just keep playing it.
Yeah.
Damn!
Make it really long, so it's just the whole way.
Anyway, I'll let this little track play in the background while I plug.
What is it like?
It's one of Phil McEwen's bangers there, Gospel Crackmaster.
Great. And he does some good tunes.
He's a Lurgan genius. Anyway, let me plug some shit that's coming up. The live podcast, the live version of this podcast, me and Aaron McCann, we have some videos in the mix, and oh my god. Oh my god, are you not just gonna twist both your tits together?
It's one of probably the best bits about the live podcast is watching a live sketch and everyone laughs.
Yeah, because
together, it's actually a class place to be.
And you can go sort of extra crazy with it because you're going to be showing it in front of a live podcast, so that the reaction is there.
Yeah, that's right. Like there's a live reaction, which is so cool to see.
It's going to be class. But it's on the 13th of September. Get yourself Friday the 13th. Ooh. Get yourself a ticket. And come down. There's going to be stand up. We do original videos. We talk a whole pile of shite. We throw dicks around.
It's the last one of the year, basically.
Yeah, there'll not be another one. And because
for quite a while.
Because Warren's inconveniently having a baby there. I don't know when the next one will be.
Don't know. That's what I mean. Like they've all sold out. Like everyone is sold out so far. Like oversold. Like to the point where we could have sold 100 more tickets, but so this one is
even
the
though
one.
the room probably had 100 more people in it than it needed.
It's a little.
They are popular. They do sell right up to the fucking last minute.
Well, I'd have to be more strict with this one.
Yeah.
So genuinely get a ticket.
Even
while
when
there is tickets actually to buy.
Even when the venue are like, okay, it normally holds this, but we'll cut it down to this. That's still too many people.
Yeah.
Because no one sits beside each other. You know what I mean? If everyone's sat just jammers like in all the seats.
So that's where like numbered seating helps, but anyway. But then you don't always want that. That's what I'm saying.
You
don't always want that. It's nice to be able to come in and just like sit wherever you want.
We've got that.
Anyway.
Get your tickets, and then we've got the tour is on sale at shine.net. Hitting all the hot spots, you name it.
You're all over the place.
Larne. Marfelt. That one's actually nearly sold out. Marfelt.
It is, yeah.
It's nearly sold out. Fuck's
Only
sake.
like a handful.
The big
like
contingent down in
10 or something.
Marfelt. How do you say it?
Maherfeld. I don't know.
Marfelt. Northern Ireland and its fucking names.
Some people say it with like a C. Like
Kakarafelt? How do they say it?
Like Macrofelt.
Yeah, it's just like...
I don't know. It depends where you're from.
If you're from Belfast, it's all like fucking Gallagher's and fucking Magarafelt.
Yeah.
And fucking... You know what I mean? But the tour is on sale. And then Lavery's Comedy Club is tomorrow night. We've got Aaron McCann headlining, Niamh Maron, Robert McShane.
Which is a very good lineup.
You're probably not, oh, that's not Shane Todd. But listen, that's a fucking great lineup.
went over to the Fringe and like there are some very good people from here, from Ireland to see.
Unbelievable.
Who are you maybe haven't heard loads and loads and loads
Also,
of all the
Niamh
time.
Maron's not from Northern Ireland, but you know, she's...
I said from Ireland.
Oh yeah, you don't believe in Northern Ireland. That's fine. And then of course the second night at the Odyssey Arena is on sale. And that's it. That's all I have. So let's play that intro, you know what I mean?
The General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Sorry, I fucked that up.
Just pause it, make it really loud.
So today, if you've just switched on, if you're a new listener and you're like, what am I listening to?
The General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
You know what I mean? People will be like, hold on, is my iPod broke or something? Is my phone broke? What am I?
Who has an iPod?
I don't know why I said that. If you're listening on your walk boy, on your fucking Macaulay Culkin talk boy, and you're like, oh my god, is the recording messed up? This used to be longer. Wrong.
The General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's great. That's really good.
You know, people are like, who's your guest on this and all? Who's going to be supporting you? It's not about them. It's because...
The General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
And that's all that matters. Okay?
Okay.
Now let's...
What?
Shoulders are cold. Let's talk about our week. We had if you go on to the Belfast Giants Twitter or social media...
Facebook.
I made some videos for them, and turns out I'm pretty fucking elite at skating. I'm pretty good at ice hockey, having never done it before.
It was quite surprising.
Like
actually.
I was like, you know, if Channel 4 did a show and they were like, Channel 4 is fucking ice hockey, and they've got like celebrities with disabilities, and then they go and play hockey, and then they let them do it for 6 weeks, and then they're kind of half competent at it. That's what I was like, straight out the gate.
You saying you're a celebrity with a disability?
More or less. Gout. Try getting some fucking blades on when the gout fits.
Imagine you were on a show with disabled celebrities and yours is gout. Because you can't fit your foot.
Welcome back to gout hockey.
Oh my god. I mean, it would have been very sore.
Oh, terribly sore.
To skate with gout, but yeah.
Skating with gout, that's what it's called.
But still. But yeah, you were surprisingly good at it.
Yeah, so there was no bloopers or nothing. It was just me.
Everyone thought like this is going to be hilarious. Colin's going to get on the ice and fall loads of times. And he just didn't ever fall.
No,
or
I
like,
just
yours
couldn't.
were quite...
I mean, I'm that heavy that the ice skates were just plowing through the fucking...
Yeah, you had
3
someone
inches of ice
behind you like they're playing curling. Just to like buff it.
Most people glide on ice. I was like one of those icebreaker boats in the Antarctic. Just
taking out all the sponsors off the ice.
Just trashing the ice, yeah. But anyway, off the back of that, the lady that we dealt with was like, would you like to come down to the box, you know, a VIP box, and watch one of these Champions Hockey League matches? And we went down, Maureen. And
it was great.
Wasn't it class?
It was so good.
This sounds like a sponsored ad, but that was like some of the best crack I've had on a night out.
Really, like, it's such a fun night. Like, I've heard people say that, and I assumed it would be. Haven't been in years, like, but it's really fun.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
There's loads of music, and like, they come onto the ice, and there's like fire coming up. And
your mum was like, "Isn't this great crack?" And when you come here again, and then she goes, "Not down with the poor people, but you know, you'd stay up here in the VIP box."
Oh yeah, once you're up there, you never want to sit down there again, ever.
No,
that's the problem.
I mean, it's funny because it's like, you say poor people, but like,
we were joking.
If you could get 16 mates, you pretty much pay the
same.
same.
Oh no, it's not actually that.
You pretty much pay the same price as the ticket.
You pay about, it's maybe double the ticket price, but it's not crazy. I think you can get one of those boxes for the. I know it's different from different shows, but like for the ice hockey, they're like £300 or something.
It was so much.
Which you can fit lots of people
between
in
16 people. Like.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And then you get a server type dude who's in there.
Oh, it's great.
Shout out to Sean.
Mean, for me, your like own toilets and everything is just great.
Especially the mess you make in toilets. You're like, I don't want anyone to witness this, you know. Maureen can only shit doing a handstand, so I mean, it's weird. But it was class, wasn't it?
It was
I couldn't get over
fun.
it. You know, all the fucking action, and they'd play. I mean, the music that was being played, I was like, is this my phone or what?
Because yeah, it's like a lot of like funny like 90s dance tunes, but then a lot of like rock and a lot of like old school. It's just great, like, isn't it? It
was so good, and I mean, like.
And then they've got big like fans, like a proper fans obviously section, and they have like drums and everything.
Boomerang Corner, it's called. And then they beat these fucking dudes, which I don't think anyone was expecting. And the place went bananas. It was great though. People fighting. Some guy gets
also
smacked.
If you're not like really into maybe certain sports, you can just watch this because it's so fast and it keeps moving.
Yeah.
And then it's broken up into 20-minute sections. So it's broken up like there's like 3 parts to it.
3 periods.
So you've got like a break, loads of wee breaks. So if you're going to go to the toilet or get drinks or food, and you can just chat, and then it's back on again, and it's just class to watch. Like.
And the food was lethal too.
Yeah, it's good food.
It was like I couldn't believe how fun it was. How 32 am I?
I mean, I really can't wait. I really want to go back and be able to drink.
Is it this fierce crack?
I know. I'm having a wonderful time.
The Woodsy quote of the year. Where was that? He was blocked out.
I think that was.
Was that at your house?
It was at my house, but I can't remember what for. It was my
birthday.
Your like 27th birthday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he was at your 30th. I don't think he'd come.
And he was just like,
if you're 27th, we did a big party.
Pitched on a seat, and he's just like, I'm having a wonderful time. I
ask him to say that anytime we're out anywhere, like at like weddings or drinking, which isn't that frequent anymore. But
I have a gig.
Like, say it,
because I remember like around the time he was organising his wedding, I think we were like telling everyone we were pregnant and everything, and somehow there was confusion, and I have a gig on the day of his wedding.
I think do you know what I think what happened is, well, his wedding has been planned in for so long that you kind of you know when it is, but you don't know the exact date, and you kind of don't think about it too much because you don't maybe have an invite yet. But I think what happened was you had your dates planned, and then we had to change them all because we literally had to ring up. Like,
take November.
We had to be like, take November out of this. So all of your dates in November had to be changed either side of that. Mm-hmm. So I think what happened was then you were just like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I'll take anything. Because I can't do that, like, November dates. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's happened. And it was only till, I don't know when. We realised, like, oh no, that's on his wedding.
I'll make it happen though. I'll either do my gig and just straight down the road, land in. Know what I mean? I mean, I could probably go to the wedding. It's at 1.
Yeah.
I could probably go back and forth. You'll be so pregnant.
Well, yeah.
But we'll see. But anyway, shout out to the Giants. There's fighting in it. There's actual fighting in it.
Yeah.
Guy dropped another guy. Goosh hit him in the face.
Like it's in a movie, like an ice hockey guy with like long hair punching someone in the face.
That guy, oh yeah, that guy that was fighting, no harm to him, looked like an aggressive woman. Didn't he? Mm-hmm. He looked like a fucking scary woman, like an MMA fighting woman. So, what do you want to talk about? Now, I know what we're going to talk about. And if you think I was angry 2 podcasts ago, wait till you unleash the hellfire of Maureen here. We had a trip planned to England the day after the Giants match, which was Friday. I spat everywhere there, right?
Yeah, I don't know, it's gross. Please stop it.
And it was booked with Fly Maybe out of Belfast City Airport. We stayed in your sister's house. We got back after the Giants match. I slept for 34 seconds. And then we got up and went to the thing. And we got through the airport. And we then queued up. And we got to the thing. And the woman very casually said to you, so how far on are... What is that? What do people say? How far on are you?
Well, I think she asked how many weeks I was.
How many weeks pregnant are you? Very casually, like a woman talking to another woman. How many weeks are you? And you went...
30.
Yeah, because I don't know these answers. And then she went, oh, do you have a doctor's note? And then you were like, what for? She goes, you can't travel on Fly B after 28 weeks without a doctor's note. Which is like... If you're being a real asshole at the time, you should have went, show me where it says that.
Well, apparently it does say it on the website.
And then
she basically just said that and then said, well, if you don't have a note...
You can't fly?
You can't fly. And she asked then she also asked, was this our like first sort of leg of the journey or the last? And I said first. I goes, but we're literally actually getting a boat home, which we were with my sister and her boyfriend. They're taking a car home. And I was like, I'm not even getting a flight home. And I was like, I didn't know. She went, well... Also,
it's a flight to England. Like, it's not a fucking, 10-hour flight
to Mexico. It's a 1-hour
flight
within the UK, like.
Yeah. But then...
She just said, well, you can't get on the plane.
I know Flybe is an absolute shit fucking airline, but they literally were like, okay, yeah, you can't fly. And then just carried on taking tickets and then was like... and it says on the website, so you can speak to the desk, but you'll probably not get a refund.
I know.
All right, and then back.
She said that, yeah. Oh, and do you know what? Because I didn't even think about that yet. She went, "Oh, and you'll not get a refund because it's on the website."
Yeah,
and you're like, okay.
And then literally all the passengers were on. Boom, door shuts, and we're in that fucking long corridor, just standing there like, what happens? And then you get very upset.
Well, I think it just like caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
And if you're pregnant, you are a bit more emotional. But I think anyway. You know when it just catches you by surprise and you can't like help but cry because you just feel really sad because you're going, what do you mean I can't go? Because you're already in your mind there. Like we were already chatting about like, we'll go here for breakfast and we're going to meet my wee cousins and just so they could see me when I was pregnant basically.
Yeah.
And it was my last kind of chance to go see them before having the baby. Just like wee things catch up with you. So you just go, what do you mean I can't? What do you mean I can't go? We're about to step on the plane. What do you mean I can't go?
It was
you won't let me get on the plane?
Cold as ice. How it was literally just like, well, it's on the website, so you'll probably not get a thing. Boom, all the doors shut, and we're just like, and you're and then the fucking some girl was just, I didn't know where to go. Some girl was just walking along, and I was like, excuse me, how the fuck did I get out of here? Because we weren't allowed on a flight, and thinking it's gonna say that they're arrivals. Then we just walked on through, and I'll tell you what. It feels weird walking through an airport with a woman with mascara run down her face.
I just couldn't help it.
And everyone's looking at me, and I was like, yeah. I punched her.
Yeah, she's too drunk to get on.
Listen, 8 gins in the morning before porridge will fuck you up, like, so here we are.
But yeah, it was just kind of sad.
Oh, so sad.
Because, again, it was only a short trip. It was only like Friday morning to like Sunday evening. So... there was no point even trying to figure it out for the next day, and I wouldn't have got a note in time and all that kind of stuff, but it was one of those things I just kind of felt a bit tricked or something, like number one, I could have probably lied because I don't look like giant pregnant or anything. Like I look fairly normal the rest of my body anyway. So I, number one, could have lied had I known that. I could have just went, oh, I'm 25 weeks. What could she have said, really? I could have said, I'm not even pregnant. I could have said a million things because it didn't seem like they could prove otherwise, actually.
Of course not.
So because I couldn't prove...
They're not going to pull out a scanner and start
prove
measuring
anything,
the size of the baby and all that shit.
But all they knew is I just didn't have a doctor's note.
Obviously, the comedian in me felt like afterwards, I was like, what are you so concerned about? You know? You can't fly with a baby. And then I would have went, 6 weeks ago, we could have flown legally over to England and killed it legally, you know?
That's a joke that only you find funny right now, Colin.
I'll work on it, you know what I mean? There's a couple of notes to be made.
That's why you still need a
Imagine if you were like, many weeks on and you're like 23 and you're like, oh, I don't know if you can fly. You're like, oh, I'm actually going to get an abortion. Oh, go ahead then. Oh, sorry, no, it's fine. Getting rid of it. Go on up the front there. Do you know what I mean, love? What? The irony. But also, I don't understand. It's so like, you know that like Flybe is such a dump thing whenever they have a weird rule like that. They know that they're going to fuck up at some point, but they're so scared of being like,
no, I don't know.
I mean, Flybe are the ones that are literally like, and the 9th plane today has landed in Belfast without any front landing gear. Because the guy's reaching out the window like he forgot to put his wiper down. Hang on a minute, Jeff. That's it. A BMX wheel comes out. I'll be honest, I was so tired and emotional in the morning. I was like, thank fuck we're not getting on this plane. Let's go for breakfast. What a shithole. I
think, like, obviously it's just, it's all, like anything, is to keep them right. Like, if anything happened, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, I think the annoying bit was, I've obviously heard, like, obviously I know, like, after 37 weeks, it's not advised to fly at all because you're too close to a due date.
That makes sense.
Everyone knows that. Or maybe even it would have clicked in my head had I been 35 weeks plus. I would have went, okay, I'm fairly far on now. Yeah, I should maybe make sure I have like
the thing is,
my notes with me or something.
35 weeks, you're probably not going to leave the fucking house.
I wouldn't
You're
have
probably
done it
just
anyway.
going to be lying there like, oh, get this out of me.
But like, you know, and it's fair enough. And it, you know, I'm not saying like it obviously makes sense to have a note and that's okay. And I'm sure lots of people think this is really obvious now. But honestly, I've never heard of someone being pregnant like within 30 weeks, like not even like not 30 plus weeks, like, you know what I mean, and not get on a flight because of a note. I haven't heard that before. I've heard people maybe say you maybe should have a note, or if you're flying abroad, you'd obviously get a note and you'd take your like maternity notes, which is like a big pack of stuff.
It was like funny when you said like it would actually be easier to fly had the baby been born.
I was like, yeah.
But then also you're like, she's just pregnant. She's just 30 weeks pregnant. She's going to sit there quietly. You know, people on here with new babies, annoying as fuck. You know, crying the whole time. It's inside, you can't even hear the crying.
I don't think the crying was the issue, but it just was quite, I don't know, just felt quite annoying.
Fuck Flybe.
The most annoying bit, not the most annoying bit, one of the annoying bits was we only did it as like a last minute, like let's just go over, my sister's there, and the flights were so expensive. For a Flybe flight, like they were too expensive.
Yeah.
To the point where I wasn't even going to book them expensive. And I went, and we're like, and everyone was going, just go over anyway. Sure, you'll probably not get over again. This is probably the last time you'll get to go over, etc., etc. And there you go. Didn't even get to go. Yeah,
and we just went home sad. What did we do? Did we go for breakfast, or did I just make breakfast or something?
Came home and made breakfast.
Yeah, sad, and then it was the next few days me just trying to make you happy more, you know, isn't it? By buying things on Amazon for myself.
You're very good like that.
I am. But yeah, we just fucking... I mean, it was kind of a bit of a blessing in disguise because I had so much goddamn work to do anyway. So we ended up getting some stuff done for this live podcast. By the way, if you don't fucking turn up this live podcast, I'm going to lose my shit because I made some of the best stuff of all time. But we did that. Sunday we went to Hillsborough Castle. We're so old, aren't we? Do such old things whenever you're pregnant. We paid to walk around the garden.
Yeah, it's really nice though.
One of the nicest gardens I've ever walked around.
Really, really lovely, I have to say.
And Do you think we took too many photos?
Probably, but like it just was nice. It was just we caught the weather at a nice time.
I felt
it was a bit of a crap day, but it was actually really like quite pleasant.
I felt so goddamn Japanese. We took so many photos.
Do you know? Please stop touching that.
I'm trying to fix it. Do you know, like when you're in? By the way, there's a bit of an optical illusion going on here. If you're watching this online,
yeah. Because
I'm so dramatically bigger than Maureen, you know, because she doesn't lift as many weights as me, and I'm full yoked. What? Your shoulder's cold? Is that a cold shoulder? You literally gave me a cold shoulder. I've had to move this desk at a bit of an angle, so Maureen's actually sitting closer to the camera than I am. Yet, still, I'm enormous. And where was it going with that story?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, the Japanese people. Yeah, we were so Japanese in that place. Took so many photos.
It's very like, I don't know. You want to take a photo everywhere. The gardens are amazing. I would probably go now actually while all the flowers are still there.
Oh, it's gorgeous. But it was literally like fucking, yeah. Like I've seen that in the middle of, you know, like that walking street or whatever in Vietnam, and there's just these fucking Japanese ones, and they're there all day, and they're just tourists.
Yeah, but that's like full photo shoot.
And they're taking photos of each other.
This is more just like stand there, that's nice.
Yeah. Some sexy photos of me beside some nasturtiums. Some tasteful nudes beside a begonia.
Yeah, you probably should have kept your clothes on for most of it, but...
Yeah. How would you feel at a nudist beach?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I would feel uncomfortable being nude, and also just too many other nude people.
Too many other nude weirdos. Because you got to think who...
If you imagine like cartoon nude people walking around like a nude beach, that's fine. That's not what real people look like.
Nah, someone's like grey ball bag and stuff.
It's going to be a lot of... And yeah, usually the people with confidence to go to those kind of beaches are much older.
Yeah.
So that it's not going to be hot. Like,
no, there's going to be some long nuts. Yes,
and long teats.
Teeth?
And like saggy knees and stuff.
Saggy knees? Big old scrote knees. Sounds like an island off Scotland. Have you been to the Scrotneys?
What makes you say that?
I was just thinking how pleasant it would have been walking around that place nude the other day.
Really? Really?
Bit of wind around your willows.
See if there was no one else there.
Yeah.
Could you comfortably walk around naked somewhere like that? Like an open place?
If there was no one anywhere, I'd walk around.
Really?
I'd be comfortable walking around naked.
I don't think I would. I think I would still feel really weird.
As long as I had a belt that had a knife on it, I could walk around naked anywhere.
Oh my god, just imagine you just naked with a belt and a knife. That's more naked than having no belt.
Even I'm getting erect at that.
What way would you want the belt? Like a crossbody or like around where your belt goes?
No, probably just around my ankle. You know, like it's got like a little anklet, and then I just reach down. Which there's no manly way to reach down and touch your ankle.
Are you saying you would have one of those like hidden knives on your naked body?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd also have a gun tucked down the back.
Tuck down your little fluffy hair at the back.
My back's that big. If I was like, you know, like one of those Game of Thrones type movies where a guy pulls a sword out, you literally couldn't see my sword. It would just be like a little wee dagger in the middle of my back, and I'd be like, shing.
You probably couldn't get it.
Oh, let's go, busted. You know? Yeah, what other naked weapons could I have? I mean...
Why do you need weapons if there's no one else there?
Because it makes it look a bit more tribal, you know what I mean? You can't just be standing there in a pair... You gotta be naked because you're like, the clothes are holding me back, but then you also gotta have footwear where you're like, I'm gonna do some activities here, you know what I mean?
In Hillsborough Castle?
Yeah. I'm gonna go in that yellow door cafe, kick some doors down, and maybe eat a flan. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would have probably some like boots on or something for running.
Okay.
And I would probably have... Yeah, just like a nice little, belt with a dagger in it, and probably something like a bandana around my head. You know what I mean?
And that's all you need
to keep the sun off.
To survive.
Yeah, and my feet never get tanned because my hog's that big. No, you'd have to get it. You'd have to get real tribal with it and like pull your. You know how those tribes do, where they like pull their dick up and then they like roll it like a piece of pasta around a bamboo stick, and then they tie the bamboo stick around.
Oh my god.
And if they need a piss, it's like one of them party straws. Do you remember Tribe with Bruce Parry, that show? Loved it.
Kind of.
You're like, today we're going to burn my skin and, you know, create a blister, and then we're going to rub this toad on it, and then for 9 hours I'm going to shit diarrhea. But I'll speak to the devil and I'll let you know how it goes. I mean, there is a quote from that me and Mickey would still quote, which is like, where he gets really sick and he gets in the river and just shits and bokes everywhere. And then he comes out and he's like shaking all the water off and he goes, total evacuation. It's great. Would you ever go on one of those tribal sort of trips where they, you do ayahuasca and all that shit?
I don't know. I mean, I actually quite like the idea of ayahuasca. I used to be very afraid of it because it just sounds horrible that you're so ill. But
you barf everywhere.
But I like the idea of it's the, like, what do you call it? It's a bit like DMT and stuff, isn't it? Where it's
it pretty much is DMT, but it's just like, it's such a fucking...
It's about the only drug that I've been like, that's quite interesting to me. Nothing else would appeal to me whatsoever, but I quite like the idea of that. So I quite like the idea of ayahuasca. If you didn't have to be so ill.
I love how you're like, maybe a wee alcohol, yes. Do you want some weed? Not really. Do you want some cocaine? Definitely not. Do you want the strongest hallucinogenic you can get your hands on? Aye.
Yeah, but to me that feels more like you're not just having something like scummy for no reason just to get out of like one day of like...
You bought it off a guy at a nightclub looking at him.
Yeah, that's all.
DMT, mate, are you?
I think that's not a good route for most people to live their life, but...
Do you want to purify your soul, mate?
But like DMT is supposed to be like you do this and it's like a life-changing thing where it's like...
What if it was life-changing bad?
But that, I don't know. I feel like that would be okay. Then at least I would know.
Yeah, I would. If
something that's like expanding your mind, where it's like you see more than your just general day-to-day conscious mind can comprehend. Mm-hmm. How does that not sound like quite intriguing? Like
that sounds good.
I'm not saying I would ever do it. Actually, probably will never ever do it in my life.
Well, but I'm saying your 30th like, is coming up.
Eh?
I've booked a room and
since I'll already be in hospital with a baby, so
I've booked the middle floor Lavery's for a DMT party.
Imagine. You would have to be, if you're really rich, you would do it. I think if you could guarantee you're somewhere safe doing it.
You could do it properly, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You'd pay and go and do it with the proper people.
Yep.
But genuinely, I know that's the only drug
I think I would just smoke it and walk out and be like, listen, I've come to the realization, I am a cunt.
Yeah.
A worthless
You'll be
cunt.
the only person it doesn't work on, right? Or you're like, boring. How was it, Colin? I don't know, nothing happened. Boring.
Didn't work. I just watch Vines. I just watch Vine compilations.
Cat Vines. Here's what the world is, Cat Vines. So
what about TikTok? Should I get big in TikTok?
I don't know, it looks weird.
It looks like
is it different to Vine?
It's very musical. A lot of it's very mimey and stuff. I don't know, I literally don't see the point in it. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a bit like I don't think there's actually the freedom to make whatever you want. It's more like you have to be creative with what they give you.
Okay.
Which is not my style. You know what I mean?
Well, I've never actually seen it properly.
I'll give it
it's
a
one
go.
of those ones that just kept coming up as adverts.
If you listen to your mum's house podcast, they watch it a fair bit, and there are a tsunami of mentally ill people.
Yeah, so it's like, do you want... Is that what it's going to be known as?
I don't know.
Well, maybe you should go on it then.
But they were literally joking around, so, like instead of calling people retarded, we call them TikToks.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I saw a thing the other day whenever I went into the Apple shop.
Oh my God, no way.
I've got myself a setup, guys. I have a MacBook Pro, but I was getting a bit blind looking at it, so I bought myself a big... what do you call that? Monitor. Mm-hmm. And then I also bought the Mac trackpad and keyboard separately so that I can edit literally like a fucking animal. It's great. It's a great setup, isn't it? But I was in the Apple shop the other day, and on the way back, what shop were you in? What do we call that fucking shop?
Anthropology.
Which should be called pointless shit for rich people.
Yeah, that's probably a good
There's no essentials in that shop, is there? It's all like...
No, it's not for essentials.
It's all like, would this look good just sitting on the table that has no other purpose in our house?
Oh, yeah. Mainly, that's
I mean?
mainly what it's for.
Oh my God, you held up like a little collection of spoons. And I don't know if they were functional, but they were like spoons made out of shell or something.
They were like, it was like twigs and shells. And they were £30 for like teaspoons. Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's it's for like just things you look at and you go, ooh, that's nice.
I just got a very funny... Sorry, we'll come back to that. Yeah, but it's such shite in it, like, but
But it's a nice job. It's a nice thing with Belfast to get, honestly.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is.
Okay. Bring a bit of class to that area.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Everyone who came in that shop looked like they washed that day, you know?
Open early on a Sunday. Open all the time. You know, like regular shops in regular countries and cities. Instead of, it's 6 o'clock in Belfast, no one around. You could drop dead of a heart attack at 6:15 in Belfast and there'd be no one around.
Yeah, if you're in Cornmarket then, you've no hope. There's no one there.
Yeah, you would die alone. Nobody around.
And if it was a Saturday night, shops would open to 1 next day.
Yeah.
So, you've no hope.
But I saw a man walking along, and you know the way, you know, like, you'll see like a guy listening to the thing and he'd be like, you know, like I'm playing the air drums. You know what I mean? This guy was walking along going like this.
Fake DJing?
Fake scratching in the air. What the fuck was he listening to? He was just walking along.
Also, there's not many songs where you actually need to be scratching along to.
What's he listening to? Like,
what are you listening
Run
to?
DMC or something?
Basically, that's it.
Or like, I imagine he's like listening to, you know, like, no, this is what I imagine he's listening to right here. This is what I think something he's listening to. With wicked scratching. Wicked! What sort of fucking... Oh, look at that. Okay, this is just... Obviously, I've clicked the worst video I could have...
This is a great video.
Yeah. This is... What have I done? We'll have to edit this.
Who are these people?
R.I.P. mate. Fucking 12-minute intro. He's just come out of JD and he's like, got a new pair of fucking sambas, mate! He's like, I've just been in the fresh garbage, mate, and I got myself a fucking glow-in-the-dark lip ring. Here we fucking go! Fresh bag of DMT, ready to change my life. Here we are. What that say at the start? R.I.P. MC Junior, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, look like that.
Still not a good.
You can't even hear that.
He come out of JD, got himself a boojum, and he's off work tomorrow because he doesn't work.
I'm off work because I don't work.
You know what? There's something about that music. Where does that fit in your life? That has to be the only music you've ever heard.
Only at like carnival.
Only when you're like absolutely fucking steaming and someone puts it on for the crack. But like, imagine just getting on a bus and you're just chilling out the window.
He's like,
just relaxing out the window. Just, you know the way you have certain songs that you love, like you're like, oh man, I could cry when I listen to that. Someone's just on a train going, remember the days. And by the way, this dude was 60. He's like bald with like a pointy beard.
oh
and
no.
a fucking lip piercing, and he's just like, just chilling. And he's like, fuck, I have to go home and feed, of course, 4 fat staffies. I mean, sometimes you see like an old metal guy and it's kind of like, oh, fuck's sake, bro, shave your head. When he's dying, like the hair around the side, black still. and is fat as shit, but you're like, okay, he's still got it. But like the aging raver might be sadder, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a bat. Let me take 2 ibuprofen. My back's bad. Again, I couldn't have picked a worst fucking thing to.
But it is always like wee cute lyrics, though, isn't it? That's the fun.
love you.
Tricky disco. Application error.
The worst. Let me just run myself a bath here and put up, light some candles and we'll chill out now. Alright, sweetheart, let's make love. Let me put on some romantic tunes here for you a wee second, love. Turns around, bare arse hanging out. Because he's stuck a CD player. How long?
CD player.
Let me just... What's that? Bonkers?
There's also blue LED lights on it.
Bonkers, aye, how long? It's the worst. It's the fucking worst.
Someone's funeral is their favourite song.
If you now join me and we're gonna carry Sticky's body out to the trailer in the back of Nova. This was his favourite song. If you would just bow your heads in silence for
Listen
a couple of
words.
minutes and really take in the words, because it really sums Sticky up. He's love you forever, brar. They've got one guy in front of the funeral procession, you know. Chucking them in the ground, they're all throwing glow sticks into the way. No, but imagine it just slowly fading in, you know what I mean? Oh, fucking sweating and snotting everywhere. Rest in peace, Sticky. We love you.
This is Cotronic.
What strange like instruments is it funny to airplay when you're listening to music? No one's walking down the road like playing an oboe, air oboe.
A robo? Double bass?
Yeah. No one's walking along, just go like. This is a banger, mate. Recorder. You might get someone just like. What about us going through Dungannon the other day? And it being fucking. They got the date wrong, like it was the 12th.
That is a something. I looked it up.
Oh my god, there were so many people.
It was called something.
Hamilton.
There was a lot of people.
That's the two type of music those people listen to. They're like all the fucking flutes and all, and then they're like, crack open that blue wicket. Know what I mean? Oh. The thing is, that takes quite a high level of skill to do that for absolutely no reason. It's like when you see a guy doing like a Diablo or something. Do you remember? Like we were in Glastonbury and the guy's like,
yeah,
the guy with the big fat cock, and he's just like, it's like being good at a thing that doesn't matter, like a yo-yo. You know what I mean? Shout out to Terry McHugh, king of the yo-yos. But you know what I mean? It's like
there's a lot of people skilled in things that really aren't impressive to anyone else.
Do you remember that guy, that fucking Diablo guy?
Yeah.
He's like a children's entertainer, and he's wearing a red vest and a pair of like silky running shorts with his big German fat hog out. He's like, okay kids, gather round, we're going to do the Diablo. And this fucking bratwurst is just swinging about in his necks. Don't put a strap. That's how he's like the worst magician ever. Pick a card, any card, and then he blatantly looks at it, but you're just going, I can see the vein in your cock. This is my Diablo, this is my penis.
Tronic.
R.I.P. Stakey. How'd he die? He swallowed a bag of DMT in the bag. Wee baggy clogged up his guts. God love him.
This is Cotronic.
I quite like it now, so.
Like that's not easy to do, like. Oh, look at that, he's doing this one. I mean, wouldn't have been strange in my sort of adolescence to be in some dude's bedroom while something like that was happening, and there's just 7 dudes with like 1 tin of warm tenants.
Really?
Pretty much. Anyway, we're gonna end the podcast. It's not gonna get much better than that, to be honest. So yeah, he was air scratching. Got a funny message from Dave Elliott there. Friend of mine's sister thought Colin Geddis was my stage name. Look at that message as a screenshot. Is your big friend Dave and Colin Geddis 2 different people?
Oh my god, stop it.
How do you think he did the fucking podcast with me? With a fucking split screen?
Someone actually thought you were the same person.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
We're both 2 big lads, but you know, we've established he's the bear, I'm the gorilla.
I don't think you look alike though.
No, not at all.
That's so funny.
He's way cuter than me.
Oh yeah.
I'm very severe looking. You know what I mean? He's got a nice bubbly face. Nice smile. I look more like
Yeah, he's definitely as angry as you.
Voldemort's dad. Okay, let's hit some questions, Maureen, will we?
Sure.
How's your pregnancy feeling? Oh, it's warm there.
I know I've got a woolly jumper on now, it's freezing.
Bloody hell. It is. It's
autumn
got,
officially.
it's got fierce cold the last few days.
Yep.
I'm cold, but my legs are so sweaty in this chair. That has just happened to me in the last like few months.
What?
Wild sweaty legs.
Oh my god.
Like I sit in the car and I get up and I'm like, I've sweated clean through the back of my
You're
jeans.
such an old man.
I went running yesterday and got lost as fuck, and I'm very sore today. Although I probably ran longer than I've ran ever up to this point in my running journey.
Wow. I
ran about 35 minutes probably. I did stop a few times, but I was literally lost. I was like, I ran to a gate and went, where the fuck am I? And there's a road, and I was like, had to check my maps and be like,
Did you have your knife on you though?
yeah, attached to my ankle. That's probably what
Good.
weighed me down. But I was literally like turning with the map and all, going like, which general, you know, like I was like.
And I know how bad you are with Google Maps, so.
Well, I don't know what it is with all the phones I have. You must break something when you drop it.
No. So Colin thinks that every iPhone he's ever had is Google Maps has been broken. And not that he can't read a map.
Fuck up. Sorry. Yeah, like, and also Google Maps. Google Maps is like literally drunk. You know what I mean? It's like you're driving up and then it's like, take the previous left.
Yeah.
And you're like, you ever turn the car? Not this one, but that one.
I don't like Google Maps.
Bitch. She's a goddamn bitch. Right, we'll hit some questions. Well, let's hit some questions. Yeah, but I'm sore today. Bloody hell. Someone asked, thoughts on McCann working in Asda, and then they got a photo of that guy. Yeah, I've been sent that, like, what is this previous photo this man has sent me? I didn't even notice that. What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
That's some 1930s fucking porno. You know? Say what you want. You know? The famine did wonders for people's physiques. Jokes. No, famine's ages ago. Reckon Poirier has a chance against Khabib's. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Still want to see Khabib go up and fight Tony Ferguson, or go up against Tony Ferguson. Think he's the only one mad enough to not tap out to Khabib. That's a question for you, Maureen, really. Who do you think's going to win? Dustin Poirier? Or, if you recall, Dustin Poirier is the one that McGregor's first big like knockout. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. Clipped him back of the head. No, I think could be
No, I
just
think
gets him on the
Khabib.
floor and
Yeah.
fucks him to death. Like he has everyone else. Rate Paul Smith's crowd work at the Hot Water Comedy Club. Yeah, right, mate. That guy? What's your name, mate?
Who's he?
You know the guy that fucking pretty much started Hot Water Comedy Club, I think. You know the fucking guy did the arena and he does all, you know,
Oh, right,
all the
okay.
clips go up of him, like.
I have to say I haven't watched that much of his stuff. I know it's bad, but
I mean, he's very good at it. Yeah.
that's like
Unfortunate.
the internet working.
Yeah. The thing about crowd work is, you know, it's a bit like,
Did he do a lot of crowd work?
yeah, you know,
Mainly crowd work?
yeah, like he MCs that club, so it's
Oh,
all
okay.
like, you know, he speak to someone and then turns out the guy fucking sells drugs and you know what I mean? It's like
It's good if you're an MC.
yeah, if you're an MC, it's good to be able to do crowd work, but it's like
vital, in fact.
it's sort of like if you know, any fucking good comedian should be half decent at it, like. You know what I mean? Like every half decent comedian should be comfortable enough to go up and just be like, "Oh, what's your name? What do you do?" Fucking blah blah. Make some jokes. It's like I don't know what you just do get good at it the more comfortable you get, but it has no fucking value really unless you're MCing a club.
Yeah, because if you go see comedians and they do mainly crowd work, it can be funny for a while, but then you go, I want to see stand up.
Yeah, like do some fucking
I don't
material.
want to see like 25 minutes of you just talking to other people.
I mean, your guy Andrew Schultz is fucking phenomenal at it. I can't really take to him. He's a bit annoying, like, but
I don't know. I don't. Like,
he's a very good comedian, but he's not like a fucking likable guy.
No, he's not.
He's a real fucking arrogant cunt, but he's hilarious. Like the things that he can pull off just talking to people is amazing.
Good crowd work is amazing if you see it because you know it's just happened.
If you watch Mr. P, the Patrice O'Neill thing, it's on Spotify, I think, when he talks to he goes, what's your name? And the guy goes, Tolu. And then he does this whole bit about like African names and all. You're like, that's like taking a bit of like information and making this whole bit. But then that's Patrice O'Neill, you know what I mean? Not everyone can do that shit. Like, you know, like basically turn it into like how this guy probably got bullied at school, you know, and how his name would be if one of his African aunties named him, and it was this whole racial thing just out of nowhere, which was amazing. Like, but what did you think of the Giants game on Thursday? I thought it was great. It was great, wasn't it?
That was brilliant.
Is Bartlett on suspension from the podcast? Hang him out to dry? No, he's not. He just dropped out of the last one, and it made me furious. But that's Mickey, you know what I mean? You know, king of the flakes, the corn flakes.
He says himself, he calls himself a dictator.
Yeah, he folds that easy.
So
like,
it
does not take much to sway Mickey off a fucking thing. Like, no, he's not suspended, but like, I mean, it's like, you know, he's always hurling and turning around the UK, and it's like you can't get your hands on him. You know? And then you'll be like, do you want to do this? And you'll be like, nah, man, I'm flat out. And then his Instagram story will be like, oh, I'm hungover and I was on the piss.
I think maybe people maybe slightly underestimate how busy we are during the day. So if you're going to do a thing, it's like, no, it has to be like, at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, like that's what I said to him
It's
last
not like
time.
a big,
I was like, I'm busy. Tell me what time you're going to be here. And he goes, 12 would be good instead of 11. And I went, 12 it is then. And then I worked around that and then he never showed up. But he's a fucking...
It's okay.
He's a hard man to get a hold of anyway.
I think Mickey would rather be not doing anything.
Oh yeah, but
if he's not on stage.
He likes to do stand-up and drink.
Which is totally fine, if that's what you want to do. If you're happy doing that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
If you're a grown man playing, you know, PlayStation games for fucking 9 hours a day.
If you're happy to do that.
Fair enough. How weird is it to look at the current state of dating for single people with apps like Tinder as someone who isn't single? Who's not single? Me?
Yeah.
I'm single, bro.
We've talked about this loads of different times. We're like, it must be so hard. Like,
well, the only thing upsets me is like,
it really must be very
there's
hard.
bound to be so many. Do you know what it actually should be? Instead of being this like real selective, like I'm not gonna fucking no way, ugly. Instead of that, you should look at it as an easier way to just meet loads of people. Just even like go on wee fucking coffee dates or something. You should use it as that to like meet loads of people instead of people are like, oh, they're good looking. Do you want a buck? You know what I mean? Because I think
people are going too far.
Yeah, I think what's happening is there's probably people missing out on like great relationships because you're judging up front. Like, there's bound to be. We're probably an example of it. There's bound to be, like fucking couples where initially you're like, fuck, how do you pull her? Or something like that. But then you're around them a long time and you go, oh, I totally get this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think there's probably a lot of like actual good relationships being missed out on because people are being so judgy and people are just looking to ride or people are just looking the fucking ego boost of a match. Like, oh, I fancy you too. And you're like, looking, sweet, I'm going to stay at home and pull my wire off.
But you're looking like, how do they look in a photo? So how would we look in a photo together, basically? You're only going by that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you're coming at it where you're going, maybe I put up a picture that's nicer than I look, and everyone's coming from this weird angle where it's not really a true representation of yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you'd ever authentically meet someone. Like, I really don't. Because I know it sounds so cliched, but genuinely, as you said, like, when you actually meet people in real life, it's so different to the point where you couldn't really describe what it's like when you meet people in real life.
No.
You just get on with people for some reason, or you just are attracted to someone for no reason. I don't even mean like sexually. You might just be like to be around them.
Oh yeah, you can be.
You might go, oh my god, when I'm with them, it's so fun.
You can definitely just be like an infectious. That's a terrible word, but
yeah, no, you
like
can
a
have
fun
an infectious
person to be
personality,
around.
Yeah. But it's so true, and I just think
look at how sad people get when we can't attend things. They're like, fuck's sake, I'm gonna cancel this DMT party.
No, but genuinely, like, that's like
booked a DJ and everything. DJ Tinder.
Tricky disco.
You know what I'm saying? Who's not attracted to that?
But do you not think right now, if you were single?
Do you have a hanky?
No, I probably won't. Do you not think it would be so hard to like to meet someone online? I don't know.
Not for me. Not for me.
I just
hang
young,
that rod over the pond.
Even being young now doing it, I don't know. Because people show off so much now.
Yeah.
Like when we started, literally like 8, whatever, say within the last 10 years, whenever we were like single, no one put up even selfies, basically. So no one was really like, look how good I look.
At a certain point, the sort of, yeah.
But you know what I mean? If you're doing it now.
Not that long ago, people would have slagged someone for being like, this guy's up his own hole.
Yeah, constantly. Who takes photos of themselves
and
puts them up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I was on Tinder now, the kind of guys you're going, but you're such a show off. Like, look at you taking photos of yourself or posing, or look at the stuff that you wear now. Like, I think I would be like, I don't like anyone because I don't like how. Yeah, because I don't like the kind of personality you have to be to get ahead.
There's so many layers of like every time something gets cringy, it develops another layer of like irony where it's okay to do that thing. So it's like, it went from like, oh, this is a selfie to like, oh, this no makeup, and you've taken fucking 70 photos to like, someone will fucking put a photo up and they're like completely shredded and they'll be like, oh man, need to work on that tan, or you know what I mean? It always just, there's these layers of like, humble bragging and shit where it's like you still find a way to fucking show off somehow. Everyone does it. Do you know what I mean?
But I think you're right. I think if you used Tinder and stuff to just
meet people,
if it was more about like, you go, this person kind of sounds fun and they're not terrible looking, if they're your type or something, just go meet people, because you really don't know what it would be like to meet someone. Because also you can take like, some people take photos and they look amazing and then look terrible in real life, or some people take photos and they don't look like anything, and you meet them in real life and you're going, oh my god, look how beautiful this person is, man or woman. Like, it could be, you're going, oh my god, they do not look like their photos at all. You actually meet them and look at them talking, and they're walking and what they were, so many, and you're like, wow, they look amazing.
So many girls are masters of that. Like, if you don't see the edge of my face, the middle of it I can make very symmetrical and beautiful with makeup, and then you're like, beyond that, disaster.
But
do you know what I mean?
Even like just like silly things, because this is what I would say, like, if you're actually going to meet someone you're going to be with forever, it's like all the tiny little things. It isn't even just like looking at their face and being like they're attractive or not. It's not that. It's literally like, how do they walk and what way what kind of clothes they wear, or like how do they stand, what way their body language when they're talking to other people. Like it's all these little like sort of idiosyncrasies that you could not put like in a photo or write in a bio that makes that person.
If somebody had like naff shoes, it wouldn't matter how hot they
I remember
were.
my mum said that. She's like, she was going out with this guy for years, and she was like, and then he just had really ugly shoes, and she went, no, couldn't do it. And she was like, that's so silly, isn't it? She went, but that's genuinely what it can be. Sometimes you're going, oh no, it just can like turn you, and you're like, oh.
But sometimes it's weird. It's like an awareness of general shit. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're wearing some real naff shoes with a pair of jeans, you're like, that guy doesn't know that looks cake. You know what I mean? He should be more aware of the, you know, just society and culture to know that he should have better shoes on than that.
Yeah. Or what if you...
And you don't have to spend £300 on them.
Someone could be like the best looking person in the world, and you're like, oh my god, this person, where do you see them? Like, where do you see them? And then it could be months down the line, you're eating dinner, and you're like, going, look at the way they hold their knife and fork like an actual fucking animal. Yeah,
or like people who fucking make just too much, you know, like...
Yeah, you make weird noises.
All this here, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking... Now, I'm talking about Aaron, but like I would...
But you're not going out with them, so it's fine.
But yeah, I mean, how many... There's hot people with like the worst fucking breath of all time or something. God, you know what I mean? Or some people just smell bad. But then the thing is, on a pheromonal level, someone could be like smelly for them, but still smells good to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then some people are just like, this person smells weird. You know, why am I sniffing them on a bus? I don't know. Listening to my tunes. Me on a bus just chilling out. But it's so true. There's like a million it's just different things. Yeah. Or, you know, you might look at someone and go, oh, they look a bit plain, or whatever, and then they're like just the best crack and, you know, never stop laughing.
Even someone's voice. Do you know what I mean? Someone like you might meet and you're going like,
oh yeah, some voices you're like,
oh my god, their voices, they look amazing, but like their voice is so annoying.
Or laugh. Some people's laugh.
I'm not saying this is just judgmental, as in like us just judging normal people. I mean, like if you're trying to meet someone you want to be with, these are the tiny little things that will make it or break it for you. It's not generally just how they look or a general person. It's just like it'll be lots of little things. I said this?
Or some people are like hot and boring.
So
as
boring.
Fuck.
Nothing to talk about. Or maybe they just are like got really like, you know, a face where they just never look at anyone. You know what I mean? It could be anything. You're going, I can't even. There's no connection at all. You know, they're just are like dull kind of people. I've met loads of really good looking people, and they're just like, you're going, what would you even talk about? Like,
on dates or in just real life?
Just in general, yeah. And on dates.
Like, I honestly think the older the older I get, like the looks thing doesn't even like, you're sort of like, whatever the fuck. Do you know what I mean? Unless you see someone you're like, that's like subjectively or like objectively hot, where we could all be like, Jesus Christ, look at them. But there's none of this like, oh, you know, oh, she's good looking. You're like, who gives a fuck? Everyone's fucking good looking now. It's like, put your fake hair on and fucking squeeze your tits together.
It's amazing like how quickly you will not care about looks if you start going, if you want to date with someone who's really good looking and they have zero personality and they're so boring and they're maybe so cringy or something, the looks thing will go out the window so quickly.
Yeah, and
so quickly that you're going, I can't even.
Good looks and like,
it wouldn't matter what they look like to me.
But then like good looks and like sexiness or hotness are two different things.
Totally.
Completely.
People can be so sexy and are just like kind of average looking.
Yeah.
And then people can be like unbelievably attractive looking, but they're just so nothing. There's just nothing behind it.
Yeah.
But I said this to someone once, I don't know if it was my sisters or someone, and I was like, the reason we work is because, I'm not saying that you do annoy me plenty of ways, but there's just those like little things that you live with don't annoy me.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, like interrupting me constantly.
Yeah.
No, but I mean like you don't eat weird, or you don't like have like weird breath, or you don't do something annoying. Like you don't have those little weird things that I'd be like, oh my god, that's so. I mean, again, you do irritate me a lot because you're a very annoying person.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the things, you're quite good. You've got really good manners around people. You don't eat, you know what I mean?
I've got good manners, like.
Yeah, like, you know, you don't do
polite.
weird things in public, or I don't know. I can't describe it. That's what I'm saying. You can't really describe it, but that's the reason why.
I can describe it. The soundest cunt going. Do you know what I mean? Generous. Ripped. White, which is important. Oh, so stupid. Let's go on to the next question, before the compliments just go to my head here.
That should be the new intro for the podcast.
Yeah, someone make that. Go get his podcast.
Oh, I don't even need to. Just cover that.
Anna can beatbox.
Winning. Oh,
I thought you were going to take the high five like this.
thank you.
Where will we have dinner on Thursday? What's from Shane?
Is this just an actual message in your phone?
Yeah, it's just where will we have dinner on Thursday and what will you be wearing? That's from Gay Shane Todd. And, well, he's doing the Armagh Marketplace on Thursday and it's quite close to us, so I might just drive down. And he's like, can we eat first? So I'll no doubt have to take him for some sort of kiddies meal, whatever fucking bullshit he eats. Take me to Nando's for a fucking vegan patty. Fuck off. I'm going to take him for all the shit he can't eat with his wee crones. I'm going to be like, here's a fucking 32-ounce steak and 2 pints of milk and a cheese board. And he'll just be on stage at Armagh. I spat all over my computer there.
No.
He'll just be shitting all the bit out. So I'll have to Google places in Armagh to eat. There used to be our favourite restaurant in the world.
Moody Boar.
And it's shut down. Fucking R.I.P. Sorry, I'm sniffing like fucking mad here. Where will we have dinner on Thursday? I'll probably just do laps for like an hour and then have a McDonald's.
Perfect.
What will I be wearing? I'll not be performing, so I'll probably just wear probably just my dagger and my boots.
Perfect. Yeah, you're right.
Just nude. Someone sent me a Belfast rap battle. No power video this year. I couldn't make it this year, but don't think I missed anything from last year. That's from G. Kinning. I did get asked to do it, but I was just like, I don't fucking do this shit. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all fucking, how do we document our lives to share with people and fucking, you know what I mean? Fuck up. Just point the camera at the funny thing that's happening. I'm not a video guy, you know what I mean? Hyperlapse and fucking finger my ass.
Yeah, when people ask you for advice on things, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's Colin's advice.
Although
I have no idea.
The best compliment is, who edits your videos? And then I go, fucking me, you dumb bitch. And I'll tell you what, I shot the thing with the Giants, and our boys at Dark Matter were supposed to edit it. And then I went in to edit with them one day and I realised, they don't edit comedy. Whole different skill.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole, like you could be making
There's different.
the most lush fucking, promo videos and stuff, but it's not editing comedy, totally different. So there you go. Give me all your money. Question, do you know who will be your support at the Odyssey? Johnny, fuck you. What does it matter? What does it fucking matter? There's gonna be intro videos, fire, lights, more videos.
It's gonna be a nice rink now.
Murderous material. And you're going, who's gone on for 15 minutes before that? Anyone I want.
Yeah, you don't know yet.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be one of about 3 people, or 2 of 3 people. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be the baby.
It's gonna be you. I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll come on and do a scratching set.
Anyone know any hardcore DJs out there? I'll take that. Have you ever had a really shite experience doing stand-up and what happened? I mean, it doesn't take much for me to think it's a shite experience, to be honest. If I do a set that's half an hour long and one of the jokes doesn't work or gets a slightly smaller laugh than I was expecting, whistle, that's enough for me to be like, that was shite. Shite experience. Yeah, I've probably talked about all the things that were considerably shite already. You
kind of expect perfection all the time, though. That's why.
Oh yeah,
You're very used to doing amazing gigs. So
I want wall-to-wall murder. That's all I want, and I don't give a fuck about anything else. We're not here for the attention or stand-up fills a gap in my. No, it doesn't. We're here to compete for who's the best. And people keep going, oh, they shouldn't bring competitiveness into art. fucking suck my balls and cock in one go. We're here to be the best, or else what are we doing? Okay? Even if it's not true, you want to think that you're like, let all these dickheads play around till fucking daddy gets on stage, you know what I mean? Steamrolls these hairs, don't matter who it is. That's the mentality you have to have. Go on ahead in front. You don't go on after. Nothing left. But might not be true, but you got to think like that. It's competitive.
Yeah, that's okay.
I want someone to die laughing. That's what I want. That gig in Derry I did last year, and everyone did a bit rolling laughter. Fuck all this. We don't have time for claps. We want laughing, choking, spit, poo.
Okay.
Some guy just went, he was laughing. He's like, fucking stop it. It's on tape. Stop it. Like, that's what I want. I want people to go, stop saying things till I get my breath back. You know? Paddy, how's the gout? Have you ever checked out Shane Todd's Wikipedia page? When is Maureen going to make one for you? Does Shane Todd have a Wikipedia page?
Do you have a Wikipedia page?
I don't know.
Never looked it up.
Shane Todd Wikipedia file. Do you know what Colin Murphy's new show is called? Colonization?
I seen that.
Fuck. It's right in front of us
I
the
know,
whole time.
it's a good name, that.
This article has multiple issues. Hold on. Hollywood, Northern Ireland.
Oh, the top thing.
Huh?
Scroll up. American engineer who died under, what is it?
Disputed circumstances in Singapore. Oh, yeah. I've actually read that before. I was Googling Shane Todd to get a photo of him for a poster one time, and there's like a photo of this guy who just must have died. God rest him. Todd began comedy by posting videos on YouTube as part of Harlem Gun Club. Worst name ever. TV and film work. 2008, Todd appeared in films Battle of the Bone and Ape. 2010 appeared in LOL, the worst thing that was ever going to be. Appeared in Danny's Castle, Deadheads as Tommy.
Is someone actually updating this? It's not like when he got married and stuff as well.
Word say that.
Personal life.
Down here, son of Dennis Todd and Susan Knight. He has two siblings. Brother Luke and says, "This is fuck. Girlfriend's what? This is weird as shit."
That is weird.
Who the fuck makes this? There's no way I have one. I haven't done anything. That's the good thing about me. You know what I mean? You can play stadiums, yet no one cares about you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no like mainstream media coverage. There'd be nothing on this. Colin Geddis is the manager of who died with
You've got an IMDb though.
and an asphyxie wank. Where? Colin Geddis IMDb. In my dick bag. That's what that sounds for. Well. He said, "I'm an actor."
Oh.
Sketchy with Dermot Core. Oh, Boke. Look at that. Is
Yeah,
that my
that's
IMDb? Could you be
The
fun?
last thing you did was sketchy.
LOL and Sketchy with Dermot Core.
Well, that doesn't say.
2010 was my year. You know what I mean? It's
2010.
just fucking.
You don't have a Wikipedia page, so you go.
Well, now I'm sad. Right, let's carry on with the questions. How's the gout? It's fine right now, but you know, I just got to work out what pills to take. What's that, yes? Did I ring the doctors this morning? I didn't.
I know that.
What's the chances of General Banter Podcast Live coming to Oma? Slim.
Yeah.
Slim pickings.
Well, you could do like a small
Do dailies or something?
intimate live one.
I'm playing dailies on the 29th and 30th of November, and I think the 29th is sold out and the 30th is still on sale.
Yeah.
But there's probably not many tickets, so two sold out nights we're going to do in Oma. You know?
Be good fun, that.
So shove that up your pisser. Hey, I can't seem to find Dave Chappelle's podcasts. Can you steer me in the right direction? Yeah, you're not going to find one.
Dave Chappelle doesn't have a podcast, I don't think.
Yeah, he's the best comedian of all time. He doesn't need a podcast.
I like the way that he was asking you though.
Yeah.
Could you, in
Hey
case
bro,
you could ask him?
you know about podcasts. Where can I find Dave Chappelle's podcast? I have no idea. Do you not think it would be the biggest podcast in the world if we had a podcast? I suck your dick for $5. Ugh. 2. Best. That near killed me. Question for the podcast. How do you think you and other comedians' style of comedy differs? I'm a massive fan of yourself and Aaron McCann, but I'm struggling to find other comedians similar that I enjoy as much. Thank you. Oh, well, there you go. Cheers, Barona. Well, I mean, I think you got to just look at, like, you know, there'll be like a trickle down of who the person's inspired by versus how they sound. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, me and Aaron, most of our favourite comedians are black, which is tends to be a lot more, like, aggressive, fast-paced.
And American.
And all American, yeah. I don't know any fucking...
So if you maybe haven't found, like, an Irish or English comedian you like.
Me?
You'll probably like, no, this person. Who's it, a girl? You'll
Yeah,
probably like more American comedians that maybe you haven't...
Yeah, that's
you
true.
wouldn't hear over here.
Yeah, you're not going to find, like...
Like David Hill.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, me and Aaron would both be into the likes of just all the fucking big ones, you know what I mean? It'd be like Dave Chappelle, but then there is like Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neill, and then like David Hill. Fuck. Who else? I don't know. I'm a big fan of Patton Oswalt. That sort of style. It's probably influenced mine a bit. Oh, fuck. Who else would you have in there? Maybe even like Cat Williams, like early stuff. Joe Rogan's early stuff is very good.
What about my mum the other day? Saying she was watching Joe Rogan stand up and she loved it.
Yeah.
She's like, he's very funny.
Brian
and I don't
Regan.
even like his stand up.
No. I think your mum half lets on, like, oh, I'm just someone's mum, I don't really... And then she just absorbs absolutely everything anyone mentions.
She's a really big stand up fan though.
I think she, you know, like, she'll just... Like, she definitely listens to this podcast, I would say.
Oh.
But, like, would never say. But, like, she'll be like, oh, where did I hear that? Even though I look it up and watch it every week.
But my mum is going to stand up, like... I can remember when I was being young and she would go to stand up, like, loads of big names and stuff. So I always watched stand up. I always liked it. Probably because of that.
So, yeah, Brona, just ask Maureen's mum about stand up, because...
I would check out some more American comedians. So look up American ones.
Yeah, just
even
watch
on
all the
Netflix.
American ones.
But yeah, I think if you like that sort of like snappy, like fast paced thing, David Hill, which is probably all on YouTube, would it be? Yeah.
Roadworks? I don't know.
I don't know.
Your views on GAA?
This is after I put up that video of you jokingly not watching it.
Yeah, we were sitting in the Albany after our lovely meal, and Maureen took... Was it the All Ireland was on?
Yeah.
In the background, and I was just happened to be facing.
Well, you were just sitting that way. It only just started.
Maureen's like, Colin refuses to turn around and watch GA, and then a load of fucking.
I just thought that was funny.
Loyalist paramilitaries were like, "Good fucking lad yourself, don't watch that fucking shit." You know what I mean? Up a queen.
And then I actually had to take a photo because then you sat down and we were like, because the screen was right in front of us. We didn't even stay that long. We weren't actually watching it, like, but. Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was like, do people know I was joking? Because clearly you're just been sitting that way on the table.
I mean, I don't like it the same way I don't like any other sports.
Well, you don't really watch any sport. You also don't watch like football and soccer football either. So
no, shit.
Would anyone think it's weird if you just sat the other way?
Like, there was a quote in the first I Am Fighter where I was like, I don't like sports, I like fighting. And that's literally just true about me.
That's true, yeah.
Like, even the ice hockey, I was like, you know, we're all pretending like we don't want to see the fight and we're interested in the game. And the second they start scrapping, it's like, yeah! Like, everyone was fucking mad because they just want to see people. I was like, you should just come back here when there's a fucking MMA event on. You can scream the whole time. People digging the bake off each other. What's your favourite Arnie film? I have no idea. That Christmas one. If you're going for a shower after you've had a shit, do you even bother wiping your hole? Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you not?
Because you're going to have to get the shit out of your asshole somehow.
I mean, the shower is going to be like a bonus, but like, don't not wipe your ass. Like,
yeah, if you've had a real sludgy one, you know, you're not just going to try and get rid of that with water. Cool. Podcast question. Need advice on Thai food? Me and the wife are heading to fuck it in 2 weeks. Phuket. Heard you and Maureen talk loads on the podcast about Asian food. but neither of us are overly experimental when it comes to eating out. Dirty bastard. Kind of just stick to what we know, but we're traveling to get to the other side of the world. Have no choice but to experiment with local. Don't do seafood, but we'll try anything. Chicken, pork, beef. Do you suggest street food or restaurants, or just mix it up with either or? And what you suggest is a must-have when you're away.
I mean, if you're going to Thailand, you're going to just go to restaurants anyway, because the restaurants are kind of, a lot of them are going to be kind of basic anyway.
What do you mean?
As in, like, you don't have to have actual street food. Like in Vietnam, it's actual street food where it's literally you're on the street. Mm-hmm. In Thailand, especially Phuket, it's going to be it is going to be restaurants.
I'll be honest, you could fucking go for an Ulster fry and then a toasty and then a fucking roast beef dinner every day in Phuket. You'll find somewhere that'll just sell all that shit. Do you remember we went to that breakfast place in fucking, where was that?
Yeah, that was
Bangla fucking Dash. What do you call that place?
Bangla Road.
Yeah, there was like a fucking place that had like an English fry.
Okay, I think they want actual Thai food recommendations, not actual just fries.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you're being all fucking picky, there's people out there that are like, garlic, foreign food. There's people like that.
Anyway, I would just go to a restaurant. Thai curries are amazing.
Yeah,
if you've never had a massaman curry, start there.
Like a massaman curry.
It's got spuds and peanuts in it.
And chicken, yeah,
it's like
pretty fucking tasty. You can't go wrong with just like curry and rice. Also, any of those fried ricey things.
The fried rices are amazing.
Yeah.
You go somewhere and they should do like a pork fried rice is actually quite nice.
If they do sometimes you get like a pork.
And they do a fried egg on it, and it's amazing.
Sometimes if you can get like a pork, do you remember that? That was actually in LA, but it was like pork and pineapple curry fried rice.
Yeah.
And the curry was just curry powder in it. But, oh my god!
If you can get a pineapple fried rice, it's amazing.
It was fucking gorgeous. But yeah,
but things that you hear over here,
spring rolls,
like the spring rolls,
pad thai is.
You
decent.
like pad thai. If you don't like fish sauce, which does smell like dog shit, I'm not a huge fish sauce fan.
But the more you know what I mean.
So I'm not a huge pad thai fan, but I like some pad thai. There,
just imagine you're eating out someone's butt, and that's what fish sauce tastes like.
But try pad thai, you might like it.
Eating out my butt. Pad thai's just noodles, for fuck's sake. Like it's nice. Yeah. By the way, fish sauce is the biggest mind trick of all time, because it smells like dog kennels and then it tastes fucking tremendous. See that? It's very Vietnamese actually, but it's like fish sauce and like syrup and chili. You know, like it's like a pour over sort of sauce. How tasty is that? Like, it smells like someone held it in their shitter for an hour, but.
But yeah, curry. I mean, I just love curry, so get a massaman curry. And a fried rice. Yeah. Get a fried rice in a pineapple.
How can Dave Chappelle pull off jokes like the Michael Jackson part in the Netflix special? Do you know what? He's
very clever, that's why.
Because he's a fucking comedy genius. Yeah. But then also, I had this realization, because as I watched it for the fourth time with your sister and Frank, it's almost like the jokes that comedians would make in front of each other. He's doing them on stage.
Yeah.
He's just putting in his head like, okay, I'm gonna say anything that goes here, which would go over fine with comedians, but I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Because he knows everyone's gonna be offended anyway.
In the hope to get the funniest shit out of this. It's like he's just went, okay, I'm gonna ruthlessly do whatever I can to be as funny as possible, and I don't give a fuck who it offends, which is the best comedy. And everybody that's like, you know, supposed to be seen to be hating it is hating it. This is misogynistic. It's like, shut up. What's misogynistic? Like, people get madder at comedians for being like misogynistic or whatever than they do about like a guy actually in a country beating his fucking wife up. Do you know what I mean? Like, people get, did you make a pedo joke? Hold on a second. There's people out there fucking children. Why am I getting all this shit? Do you know what I mean? Why aren't you outside their house trying to set them on fire?
There's a weird thing nowadays.
It's such low hanging fruit to make fun of or to like pick on comedy.
But that's what I mean. Like, people pick on people commenting on things now. That's it. They pick on the people making the observations, even though they're not actually doing anything.
Yeah.
And it is only an observation. And if you're a comedian, you're trying to make a funny one. It doesn't mean you necessarily like believe that. You're just going, this sounds funny, like, for you to hear.
Like
this,
like if there was a bunch of comedians sitting around like the Macaulay Culkin bit is literally like something. If me and fucking Mickey or me and Aaron were sitting there and you were half pissed and you're just talking shite and you're like, how did he not fuck Macaulay Culkin? You'd be like, I would, if I was gonna buck anyone, the first one I'd buck would be him. You know, like
no one literally means that, but what you mean is
butt.
it's so funny. What you mean is like that's funny.
Yeah, it's the most
idea of that.
Why is that not like absurdist comedy?
Yeah.
It's just filthy, but it's like the most ridiculous fucking far-fetched idea. But just because it's gross doesn't mean that it's not. Like, people are like, oh, it's unimaginative, and you're like, it's so fun. Like, the idea of like, why didn't he buck Macaulay Culkin because he's the cutest one? Like, that's
what's wrong with it? Like, there's
that's
something.
so goddamn funny, and it's so. It is. It's just pushing it out. It's like, what's the most crazy thing that you can say and still make it funny?
Do you know what I think it is? I think people just read too much into the words. They think either things are literal or that Dave Chappelle has like thought about everything about this. He's just saying that because it's funny.
But he's such a fucking like genuine guy. Like, you can see when he makes a joke, and he's got like such like doughy like you know. Frankie Boyle does it too. It's like such fucking disgust at like society that you meet it halfway with these horrendous jokes, but they do care. Do you know what I mean? No one is a fucking deeper thinker than Dave Chappelle. The level that he operates at, you know what I mean? The guy should be president. Do you know what I mean? But like, even those observations where he's saying like, and it's such a fucking hard point to make, but he's like, whenever I watched people addicted to heroin, it's like the way you watched blacks addicted to crack in the 80s. He goes, because I don't care either. And it's like, that is a fucking brilliant joke. Like, or the bit where he said faggot in a thing and the woman was like, oh, you can't say faggot. And he goes, well, how come I can drop the fucking M-bomb? Like, it's going, you know, no one gives a fuck. She goes, oh, well, it's just that you're not gay. And he's like, well, I'm not a fucking beep either.
Clever.
Like, so fucking clever. Like a fucking, you know, lawyer in a movie. Like, it's such a good point.
Yeah.
But everyone's just like, oh, he said a joke about trans people. Get a fucking job. You know what I mean?
But this thing, see, like
nuts.
comedians, especially like him, where they're very, very intelligent, they actually probably judge people the least of all.
Yeah,
that's what I don't think people quite see through. Like, they judge the least.
I do it on a much lower level where it's like, I'll slag everybody because I actually don't care.
Because you actually don't care.
I don't give a fuck what you do.
Yeah, just literally do whatever you want.
You know, no one's exempt from just this. I mean, no one. That annoys me. You could make a wee bit of a playful joke about something, and everyone's like, I'm offended. And like, no one stepped in when I was fucking slagging myself to death for 15 minutes for being a fat bastard. Do you know what I mean? No one's like, man, you should really think better of yourself. You should try and improve your life. Stop being so hard on yourself. Everyone's like, he is fat, but your dick's small. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't make a joke about like, being jealous about a trans person because they get to pick their dick. Do you know what I mean? What am I talking about? I don't get shit for any of my stuff. Because, you know,
because you're white.
Toxic masculinity, and I'm white, and I'll beat the fuck out of you. You dumb bitch, cunt. Some guy sent me a message there. Mr. Geddis, question for the podcast. Have you seen the latest Andrew Schultz special, the Crowdwork special? I did see it, yeah, but once again, there's something about Andrew Schultz, even though he's amazing, that I can't fucking watch him.
He's got a creepy face.
And he's all like, he hangs about with too many black dudes, which is fine, but don't stop being all like acting like them.
Oh shit! I don't like when people do that.
You fucking big white Scottish Jew. Fuck's sake. I would love a segment on how you're getting on with running each week. Perhaps it would be good motivation to get at it. Much love. Shout out to... Hold on. No. Dara. Well, yeah. Due to Goutgate, I was fucking out of action there for a minute. But yeah, slowly getting back. Well, not slowly getting back into it. Didn't run for ages, and then I did one run the other week, and then went for quite a long run yesterday, which fucked me up completely.
But do you enjoy it?
Yeah,
that's good.
It's like the worst. You only do it so that you can stop doing it. You know what I mean? It's not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable going, but you do it just for what happens after. It's weird. Do you know what I mean?
Like, do you mean it feels good after you
Yeah,
finished?
yeah.
Yeah. That's a good reason.
But it's
to
fun,
do
yeah.
it.
I'm actually quite looking forward to being like the weather's been shit, but it's fairly mild. But it's nice to run when it's cold, I think.
Yeah.
I know people like running in the heat, but I don't really like it.
No, I think a lot of people like it when it's cold because you're quite warm when you're running.
I like the fucking. Oh, you get so warm.
So
like I set out yesterday and I was like, it's fucking chilly today, and I put on that Nike short sleeved hoodie thing, and I sweated clean through the fucking the Under Armour running top thing and the hoodie. But yeah, it's only cold for about 3 minutes and then you're fucking roasting. Do you know what I might get? I want something. You can actually get like a fucking like wee bandana type thing go around your head. I want something to wear on my head because I've no hair, so I just sweat all down in my own eyes.
Yeah, you need one of those wee like aerobics bands.
I've been wearing a hat, but there are like running hats. They're like lighter sort of shitty material.
You need one that you can wash though, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to wash like a hat.
Well, I've been wearing one and it smells like a fucking mechanic's crotch because I've sweated through it so much. But sweating like a glass blower's arse isn't that a great saying? So how's the running going? Yeah, we'll bring it up next week. Did you like the Dave Chappelle now? Yes, I liked it. Very easy to listen to and laughed start to finish. I mean, no matter what you think about it, people in the business, like actual comedians, are like, this is the best thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. You know? So whether you're wrong, whatever you think. Yeah. If you think it's shite, you just don't like it. But as far as comedy goes, it's brilliant.
No, it's
goddamn brilliant.
Spectacular.
Are you aware of the activism movement and what do you think of it?
Oh God.
Oh, sorry, I misread that. What do you think of the fat activism movement and what do you think of it? It's some reasonable opinions and then some claiming DRs are fattest. What's a DR? Doctors?
What's a DR? Doctor?
I know, but I wasn't expecting that to be the, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Some DRs.
Yeah, doctor.
Fat activist, let's say.
What does that mean? Like,
it doesn't even make sense. The word activist. I'm a fat activist. Lose hate,
not weight.
Is it okay to be fat? The fear of fat. Yeah, death. Fat pride. Sounds like bread. I mean, here's the. I always think like this, right? No matter what you think or what acceptance level you have of your own body, if it's a fucking disaster, if someone went, if I click my fingers, you woke up skinny or in shape, would you do that?
Yeah, it does say skinny. If you were just
if I literally give you this tablet and you went to sleep and you woke up in shape, would you do it? Everybody would say yes.
Of course.
But they're like, and it's so funny because. Like, I love slapping with this. I'm the same. Literally fucking 2 months of, like, discipline. I'd probably be in decent nick. But I'm a reckless bastard. But that's why... I don't know if you love me. No, I don't know if you love me. Who loves me? No one.
Oh,
that sounds so bad.
Your fat friends will love you.
Fat acceptance. This shoulder's so cold, it's wearing. What are we going to call our baby? Fat pride?
Yeah, fatty.
The country's Battle of the Bulge.
This is going to be even funnier because it's Australian. These couple of fat cunts claim that they're perfectly happy being an absolute fucking swamp donkey.
Grip of an obesity epidemic.
We are still putting on weight.
Hi, my name's Kath Reid. I'm a fat activist in Brisbane. I blog at Fat Heffalump, where I've been blogging for about 5 years. And it's my goal.
Fat Heffalump might be a place in fucking Australia, who knows? What are we like for battery there? We're going to have to quit soon. Hold on.
To change the way people think about fatness. I always thought I was fat. One of my earliest memories, I was called fat. I've always been called fat. And I believe that the worst thing a person could possibly be was fat. Through my teens and 20s and early 30s, I just battled.
Some people are fat and ginger.
Way I could. You name the diet, I was on it. You name the weight loss plan, I was on it. I believed that I couldn't do anything in life that was good. until I was thin. I couldn't have any form of success, couldn't have a good job, couldn't have a loving relationship, couldn't be happy in any way. So I didn't try. I haven't always been fat. I was actually a regular sized little girl, and when I was 17 I was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Since then, taking insulin and treating my diabetes regularly, I slowly became fatter and fatter. When I began to gain weight, I was a little worried. My mother was a little worried, but as time went on,
Would you gain that much weight though? Just from
on the
diabetes?
internet, you read one.
I thought it would be the other way around. I thought you'd have to watch what you ate so much that you'd have to eat pretty healthily, no? Or is she one of those ones who's like, I need a Mars bar just to get out of bed?
No, I mean, there is a link, obviously, to getting diabetes where you have to eat a lot of different things and people do put on weight. But I was just wondering, would you put on that much weight? I think,
I just
you know what this is? This is people going, you're allowed to be happy if you're
Then come and join me.
bigger.
We're changing the
Which
shape
of course you
of one
are.
of Australia's
No,
most
I don't know
obese-
anyone who would think
adopt
otherwise.
good health behaviors and to forget about.
Look at her pretend to read.
as
I mean,
a-
it's
But
it's
do you
one of
know,
those
that's what
things. It's
I
like
hear when I hear that.
it's just. I mean, like there's a couple of those facts where it's like, you know, whatever amount of pounds put on in the front of your body multiplies to whatever amount of pressure on your back, and you're like, okay, that's one thing where you're like, you shouldn't be heavier, and I'm a heavy cunt. But then it's like, oh yeah, every pound of fat has another like fucking mile and a half of like capillaries or something for blood to get right.
Yeah,
You know,
for your heart
there's
and
all those
stuff,
stupid
yeah.
facts. It's like, it's just not good to be fat, like. Or at least sedentary, you know what I mean? There's that element of it too, where it's like,
Yeah.
you could be, oh, I'm sort of reasonably in shape, but I just don't do anything, and then your body falls apart like so quickly.
I think people here use it as a thing like going, you know, people judge me or people have this idea, and I know that that does happen. But at the end of the day, I always look at it like, you see, if you were in a third world country, it's such a privilege to have excess fat in your body.
Yeah.
Or it's such a privilege to, like, you know, not do anything and eat all day and not care about your body and then complain that other people judge you for being fat and you're not allowed to be happy. You sort of go, take all that away, take that whole ego out of that. You're literally complaining because you've had excess calories in your life and you don't do any physical work.
Yeah.
Physically. Years ago, you would have had to physically, you know, maybe get food and you had to physically do things. So to me, if you take all that stuff back and strip it back to like just you're being a human being, you're ruining this perfectly good body you've been given.
Mm-hmm.
Some people aren't even given a perfectly healthy body to start with. So for you to kind of disrespect it through food seems absurd to me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, you know what I mean, don't be fat, because lots of people I've been all sorts of weights. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm talking about like severely obese people who don't think there's a problem with being 20 plus stone, say.
It's just full denial. Because it's like, I mean, it wouldn't take a fucking big, you know, clinical test to have like somebody who's like fucking 6 stone overweight and someone who's like in shape and be like, right, we're just going to do a simple fucking walking test on a treadmill here. And 2 minutes later, you're like, you know, sweating like fuck, dying. And the other one person's just like, oh, we're just walking. Like that is right in front of your face. Like, this person's healthier. They're more able.
Well,
They can.
there's an obvious health difference, but you know what I mean? Like,
It's insane.
what I
It's
mean is, like-
insane to be like. It's just complete denial. It's like it's as. I mean, it's literally when people are like, "Oh, I'm trans fucking weight" or whatever. It's like literally going, "Oh, I'm." It's as crazy as going like, "I'm a black person." You're like, "You're not." Oh, I've accepted that I'm a black. You know, it's like it's just complete fucking lies to yourself.
But I just think like most of the arguments, if you see
What's
it
touching that's driving me fucking mad.
online, it's like it always comes back to like how the people feel, like as in like they don't feel good enough, they don't feel people treat them right, they don't feel like they're allowed to be happy, they don't feel like they can have a relationship. It's all about like how they feel about it.
Yeah.
But yet, the best thing you could do to feel good about yourself is to treat yourself well.
Yeah.
To treat yourself well as in healthily, like do a good thing for your body. Respect your body enough that you want to eat well, and you want to move it, and you want to stretch it, and you want to walk around with it, and you want to be able to sleep nicely. Like that basic level of like treating yourself well would bring up how you feel about yourself so much more than just accepting that
literally,
you're clinically
I was talking to
obese.
Aaron about this, and I was like I work out a lot, but I'm still fucking severely overweight. But if you were like, why are you overweight? You work out so much. And I'm like, because I literally don't care enough to think about it all the time. So I just don't, I just crack. I do comedy. I do all this other shit. I'm not sitting around going, okay, what's the next sensible thing for me to eat so that I can continue, drop weight and look better. I don't think about that. It's literally like, I don't care enough at this point to be like, that's a priority. You know what I mean? But it should be. That
as soon as someone's brain switches
people,
over, they want to
like,
do something they care about themselves for.
But that's literally like self-love when they're like actual self-love where you're like,
Actually
okay, I'm just going to take care of myself because it's the only fucking body I have or whatever, you know?
Yeah. But taking care of yourself usually helps you to take care of other people.
Yeah, that's true.
It affects so much more of your life. So just from that like health perspective, that's how I look at it. I'm like going, I think you can look whatever you want. Some people don't, some people, there's some of those beautiful people in the world are bigger. I'm not saying everyone should look the same, but there is a line where you're going, that's a lot of excess weight.
Yeah.
That's not just you're bigger.
I saw,
you're a bit,
what do you call the girl that was on the
overweight
front, the girl that was on Cosmopolitan? What's her name?
I don't know.
Like someone put her on the front of something and they're like, oh, you shouldn't put that big fat bitch in the front. Tess or something?
Oh yeah.
Tess,
something like
Jess.
that.
Anyway, on her Instagram, she was literally like, on a hot day, all you big girls can relate. And she was like, had a fan going up in between her legs. And you're like, that's the worst type of like, listen, I'm a fucking shit heap, but I've accepted that and it's a movement now and we're all big girls and we all love it and everything. And you're like, okay, but like, you're gonna die,
I was reading it in a book
like
one
she's
day.
fanning up in between her legs because it's so hot because she's a fat cunt.
But like I read in this book one day and it was like, if someone who was really overweight, if you literally put them on a desert island, they would lose weight. Mm-hmm. They would lose weight. So people who say they can't, now there is lots of medical reasons.
I'm a celebrity. People go on it to fucking lose weight now.
There's lots of obviously medical things, blah blah blah. We all know that. But I mean, every body in the world, it's like an energy supply thing. Mm-hmm. So if that happened, of course you would. But the thing is, the only thing stopping you normally is your own mind. It's usually what you think about it or how you treat yourself, or maybe you do just think this is how I look or whatever. You know what I mean? It's always something to do with that. Everyone could probably do it. If they really wanted to. It would be hard, but like
I've heard a lot of big, like Dave or fucking Kieran Bartlett or something talking, and they're saying that thing. Oh, wouldn't that be weird if you weren't like the big lad anymore? And you're like, I don't think anyone gives a fuck about that. Also, like Dave is, I'm the same. Like thick as fuck, just big fucking butt. Like Dave's chest, the back is about that depth. You know what I mean? He's a fucking tank. So it's like you're never gonna be like a wee waif. You know what I mean?
No one's saying anyone has to look the same like that. There was a book, probably people have read it, like that Lost Connections book, and it was saying about obesity, and it was sort of saying like a lot of people who are really big, a lot of time they've like had abuse and stuff when they're younger. Actually, there's a lot of links to that where it could have been like actual like sexual abuse, or it could have just been any kind of sort of abuse, I suppose. And when people get older, they tend to like put on a lot of weight or keep on a lot of weight because they kind of see themselves, they don't want to see themselves as being attractive. They don't want attention, they don't want things like that. So it's much easier to be the bigger person that doesn't have to be like in this sort of band of people looking at me. Yeah. So there's so much like this psychologicalness to it, like
what?
Just so like no one's saying there's like one reason why anyone would be bigger, but if you strip back everything that it is, sometimes I look at people and I go, it's such a middle class problem, isn't it, really?
Oh yeah, totally.
Such a first world problem to be, what was that program we watched and the people had to get like legs amputated because they end up getting really bad diabetes just because of weight. And the guy was like
46 or something. And so young.
It's just such a waste of like a healthy life, like, isn't it?
Yeah, you just and a lot of them people, that's when it is like a disorder where it's like, oh yeah, I know this is happening, and I'm just like, oh well, I'll try and manage it. Well, fuck it, there's the leg gone.
Like if it was a car that you just left to go bad, and it constantly had to be in to be repaired, and it just kept falling off it, you go, well, you're not really looking after it, are you?
Yeah. Oh, the wheel came off. Sure, it'll do it for a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of like you wouldn't look at it in any other circumstance. You wouldn't look at an animal. You wouldn't let a dog. You wouldn't let that happen to an animal.
People say that a lot.
So it's
people
funny.
treat their animals better than they treat themselves.
Yeah. I think Jordan Peterson actually said had a thing about that. He's like, people would bring their dogs to the vet the first sign something's wrong. Yeah. They'll feed them the best food. They'll take them out, and they don't really take care of themselves the same way. So true.
It's mad.
Such a shame.
Anyway, shout out to all the fat fucks. Last question. We'll keep this quick because I'm on one bar. Question for the podcast: how are you? Have you found any coping mechanisms for your anxiety after your therapist dumped you? Yeah, I don't know if it was real anxiety or I was just fucking just bored of doing admin and feeling like shit and on edge all the time.
Yeah, I said that to you. I said I think you should stop calling it anxiety.
No, it's not anxiety.
I think it was more stress.
Yeah, it is just stress. It's like managing stress and doing things that are more fun for you. But that's it, yeah. But that
taking care of yourself, Colin, once again.
Yeah,
everything comes back to that, doesn't it?
Stop and think, like, what are you doing? And should you be doing it if it's boring as shit? So,
hard to do. Hard to be an adult though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
A lot of things to take care of.
But do you know what will make it easier? A baby.
Yeah, there you go. Tell you what, if you want anxiety, be pregnant. You're just constantly worried about everything.
Yeah, Maureen had a pepperoni one day and nearly fucking, phoned the police on herself.
Got roast beef at the Albany. It was still kind of pink and freaked me out. Couldn't eat it.
You just gotta. You can't take risks anymore if it's gonna play with your mind that much. You know what I mean? It's like
everything.
It's like eating a fucking blowfish. You're like, is this cooked right? Because if it's not, it'll kill me. You're like,
that's how being pregnant feels.
Eat a fucking fish finger instead. You know what I mean? Stay away from it. Anyway, we're getting towards the end of this, Maureen. We have to end it because this is nearly a 2-hour podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Oh my Christ. Oh my Christ. You busted.
This is Cotronic.
Get your live tickets to the live podcast. It's on the 13th of September. You get them at Ticketmaster. You'll probably find the link on my Instagram or Twitter. The regional tour and the UK dates as well. London, Glasgow, Liverpool and fucking Manchester.
I'm so annoyed I can't go.
You can. London's nearly sold out. There's about fucking 10 tickets left for that, so get on that. Also, Glasgow's selling pretty well, but it's a bigger venue, so tell all your fucking mates. But they sell 200 tickets up in that bastard. And
the last time you sold 2 shows in one night, so
there was the time before that. The last time I did it, Kevin Bridges was doing a week in the fucking Hydro and struggled, but sure. That's it. Get on it, guys. Second night at the Odyssey. Let's pack that bitch out. People kept sending me messages going, is this sold out? It's not. Because they couldn't buy a ticket at Ticketmaster. Bear in mind, if you go on the Ticketmaster, you would buy a ticket. Just remember, along with O2 and BT, they have the worst sites in the fucking world.
Oh, Ticketmaster add on so many charges. I don't like it.
Oh, and it's a Tuesday? There's another $2.50 per ticket.
That was not done by
Ticketmaster is the right term because they're a bunch of slave driving fucking cunts.
And what people don't know is they also still charge you after all that. They'll add on all the charges and then still you get charged. So.
Like the last gig we did in the Limelight, Ticketmaster made something like £1,800 off it.
And they already add their charges
for the pleasure of selling tickets, and you're like, you fucking robbing bastards. And you know what? I might bear it in mind for the next, because all people do is click a link and buy a ticket. They don't give a fuck who it's from, unless it's Ticketmaster, which add on, it's gross. But I might just do one of those fucking we got tickets things, and it's like,
well, it stops the people buying tickets being overcharged too.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster have like a booking fee for like every ticket and stuff. I don't know. I don't like that.
Oh yeah,
I don't like that.
It's not.
It makes your tickets seem
a booking fee would be like
expensive.
You know, if you fucking turn up and someone prints it off and they're like, oh, here's a wee fee to do that, but it's literally like, oh, it's bought. You get an email. What's the fee? There's no one works in Ticketmaster. Anyway, fuck them bastards.
I mean, great business for them, but
oh yes, smart. Right, let's get out of here. Thanks for listening, guys. If you want to support the podcast, patreon.com, / General Banter Podcast. And, we do things like, we buy microphones, we buy fucking editing equipment to speed up the whole process. We do all that, and that is funded by Patreon because the things that we say on this podcast will never get us sponsors, okay? Do you know what I'm saying? So there you have it. Cheers for listening. Thank you to my guest today. Hold my hand. Maureen. Very warm for a change.
This is a funny handshake.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
All right.
Bye.